Good evening, world. Welcome to Global News Digest. I'm your host, bringing you today's most important global headlines. Today is December 21st, 2025, and we have comprehensive coverage of international news from around the world. From breaking political developments to major business updates, technology breakthroughs, and cultural highlights, we'll take you across continents in the next several minutes. We'll be covering major stories from North America, Europe, Asia, the Middle East, Africa, and South America. We'll also bring you the latest in business, technology, and global affairs. Our team has gathered the most significant news stories from trusted international sources to keep you informed about what's happening around the world. Let's begin with today's top stories. Turning to North America, Story 1. Minnesota jury says Johnson & Johnson owes $65.5 million to woman with cancer who used talcum powder. AP News. A Minnesota jury has awarded $65.5 million to a woman who claimed talcum products made by Johnson & Johnson exposed her to asbestos and contributed to her developing mesothelioma. Jurors determined plaintiff Anna Jean Houghton Carly should be compensated by. Let's continue with more details on this developing story. Story 2. Russia-Ukraine war may grind on for another 12 to 18 months. These peace negotiations are a farce. Let's continue with more details on this developing story. Story 3. Minute silence held to remember Bondi Beach attack victims. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese was booed as he arrived at the memorial event. Let's continue with more details on this developing story. Story 4. U.S. seizes second oil tanker off Venezuela's coast. The move comes after U.S. President Donald Trump ordered a blockade of sanctioned oil tankers entering and leaving Venezuela. Let's continue with more details on this developing story. Story 5. Thousands of candidates sit for government exam on airstrip in India. More than 8,000 candidates sat for a government exam on a runway in Odisha in India. Let's continue with more details on this developing story. From Africa, Story 1. Gunmen kill 9 in South Africa tavern attack. A further 10 people were injured in Biekerstel after the perpetrators opened fire and continued to shoot randomly. Let's continue with more details on this developing story. Story 2. Morocco, Comoros. Hosts open their Total Energy CAF Morocco 2025 campaign in Rabat. The Total Energy CAF Africa Cup of Nations Morocco 2025 kicks off this Sunday at the complex Moulay Abdellah in Rabat, with the opening match pitting the host nation, Morocco against Comoros. Let's continue with more details on this developing story. In global news, Story 1. Algeria bill seeks to criminalize French colonial rule. What to know? Algerian parliament is set to vote on Wednesday on the draft law, which speaker calls a defining milestone. Let's continue with more details on this developing story. Story 2. Our editor's favorite trips of 2025. From discovering new coastal destinations to making return trips to nostalgic southern attractions, our editors put in the miles over the past year. Let's continue with more details on this developing story. Story 3. A key piece of Port Arthur era gun reform remains unfinished. Could it have helped prevent the Bondi attack? National Register would have allowed police to better assess risk posed by alleged Bondi shooters before attack, expert says. Let's continue with more details on this developing story. Story 4. CNBC anchor who blasted Trump's insane tariffs is now shocked by very, very low inflation. How to capitalize in 2026. Yahoo Finance. Leisman wasn't alone in his reaction. Let's continue with more details on this developing story. Story 5. Google releases factory OTA images for second Pixel December 2025. Update 9 to 5 Google. On Wednesday, Google started rolling out a second December 2025 update for Pixel phones, with factory and OTA images now available. Let's continue with more details on this developing story. In business news today, Story 1. Minnesota jury says Johnson & Johnson owes $65.5 million to woman with cancer who used talcum powder. AP News. A Minnesota jury has awarded $65.5 million to a woman who claimed talcum products made by Johnson & Johnson exposed her to asbestos and contributed to her developing mesothelioma. Jurors determined plaintiff Anna Jean Houghton Carly should be compensated by. This is a significant development in this field. Story 2. Kiama baker La Warby was jailed for baking bread at weekends. Richard Warby still remembers the day his local community piled into a minibus bound for Long Bay Jail to pay a fine and release his father, who who was locked up for the bizarre crime of baking bread on a weekend. This is a significant development in this field. Story 3. CNBC anchor who blasted Trump's insane tariffs is now shocked by very, very low inflation. How to capitalize in 2026. Yahoo Finance. Leisman wasn't alone in his reaction. This is a significant development in this field. Story 4. Elon Musk's $56 billion Tesla pay package restored by Delaware Supreme Court. TechCrunch. The decision brings to a close a years-long court battle that irked Musk so much he moved Tesla's incorporation from Delaware to Texas. This is a significant development in this field. Story 5. What AI data centers are doing to your electric bill. Planet Money. NPR. As a country, we are spending more to get data centers up and running than we spent to build the entire interstate highway system. Yes, that's inflation adjusted, with tech companies spending hundreds of billions of dollars on AI. Data centers have kind of. This is a significant development in this field. In technology news. Story 1. This tool can tell you if your home network has been compromised. Lifehacker. IP check tells you if your address is involved in malicious scanning. This is a significant development in this field. Story 2. Google releases factory OTA images for second pixel December 2025. Update 9 to 5 Google. On Wednesday, Google started rolling out a second December 2025 update for Pixel phones, with factory and OTA images now available. This is a significant development in this field. Story 3. Notebook LM now uses Gemini 3, adds new data tables. Output 9 to 5 Google. Notebook LM is getting in a few more features before the holidays, including an upgrade to Gemini 3 and data tables. This is a significant development in this field. Story 4. Steam drops early free slice of stunning 2026 RPG. Play now. Gammon Bubble. The Legend of Heroes. Trails Beyond the Horizon is an upcoming RPG that has just dropped a free demo for players to try on Steam. This is a significant development in this field. Story 5. Gemini isn't replacing Google Assistant on Android just yet. The Verge. Google is pushing back its timeline for replacing Google Assistant with Gemini on Android, as it now says it will continue upgrading devices into 2026, rather than by the end of 2025. This is a significant development in this field. That wraps up today's Global News Digest. Thank you for joining us for this comprehensive global news update. We've covered major developments from around the world, including breaking news, business updates, technological advances, and important global affairs. Our goal is to keep you informed about the events that shape our world. From all of us here at Global News Digest, we'll be back tomorrow with more comprehensive coverage of world events. We'll continue to bring you the most important stories from trusted international sources, helping you stay connected to global developments. Until then, stay informed, stay connected, and remember, tomorrow's global headlines today. Don't forget to subscribe for your daily dose of international news. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.